What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate your support. Guys, you know what time it is and you know what day it is. It's Friday, and that means tonight we're going to have a Friday live stream. This will be the last one I do tonight, because tomorrow I'm going to North Carolina to attend the Alicia Watts funeral service this weekend. And I made an announcement yesterday that the Cash App on the bottom is where you can send some donations for the family. Some of you responded, and I do appreciate that. If you still want to donate, which I hope you do, the Cash App is right there. If you don't have Cash App, a couple of people contacted me yesterday and said, "Hey, Steve, I don't have Cash App." It's no problem. Contact me in my email, posted on the screen, and I will give you my Zelle information. Guys, I appreciate it. I want to go down there. I don't want to go down there empty-handed. I want to show respect to the family. I'm going to show my support. You know, we got to remember, somebody lost their lives for me to report on this story. So it's only right that I give back. This family got a long road to recovery. Every little bit helps, guys. So, I mean, if you have a Zelle, if you want to Zelle me a payment, contact me in my email information. I'll give you the information to Zelle me. If not, you can Cash App. I appreciate it. But guys, let me get into this story. This man right here, I'll put him on this side today. His name is Scott Harris. And he's from a town, he's from Philadelphia, but I think the town he lives in is in Brewery Town. It might be a section of Pennsylvania. I don't know. Somebody correct me in the comments. This man right here is 62 years old. He's a retired Navy commander. This man has done tours in Iraq, and he's done tours in Ukraine. Now, he's retired. I spoke a lot of times about nowadays, it's like you're not even safe, even in your own home or in your own neighborhood where you feel comfortable. This is a perfect example. So I'm going to tell his story to you guys today, and it's sad. This man right here was attacked by people that threw a party at a children's park while he was just walking his dog, minding his own business. The way they did this man is messed up. I'll let the video tell you the rest. It's a damn shame, man. You ain't safe nowhere. And it's like it's open season on civilians, whether you in the game or not. Everybody's can be a victim nowadays. Check it out.
Senseless violence, all of this happening during a pop-up party. Philadelphia police say these types of gatherings have been happening all summer long. Essentially, young people post about a gathering on social media and then just show up. Now, sometimes these get out of hand, even violent, as we saw this weekend with a Navy veteran getting brutally beaten.
We got back around 11:30, and that's usually when we walk our dogs and go to bed.
It was a typical Saturday night for Scott Harris. The 62-year-old was walking his dog outside of his home on 30th and Jefferson when something happened that he never would have expected.
That night on Saturday, there was a huge party going on over here, a little bit out of control, but nothing terribly concerning to me. The next thing you know, I'm in the emergency room getting stitches.
At some point, Harris blacked out. He felt all of the pain, but has no memory. He later learned that he was assaulted, his wallet taken. It didn't even have any money.
Sadly, the only thing I really cared about in that wallet was my mother's driver's license. She passed about 10 years ago, and that's kind of how I kept her close, and now I don't even have that.
Harris is a Navy veteran who spent years in Iraq and Ukraine. Never did he think his own home is where he would suffer such a brutal beating.
Without any significant incidents, and then I come here walking my dog right by my house and get attacked like this. I just don't see the sense in it.
Perhaps the one glimmer of humanity Harris does see in all of this is the people who did help. Surveillance video showing a group of women getting him back home.
Thank God, there are good people. And maybe they're mixed up with some people that aren't so nice, and they just saw a human being in need, and brought me back safely. I don't know what happened.
All right, guys, you notice I had to light my candle. I had to get that feng shui going up in here. But check it out, guys. That's unfortunate it happened to that man. Mr. Scott Harris. Man, 62 years old, man. Somebody Pearl Harbored him. No pun intended, being that he was in the Navy, but Pearl Harbor is when somebody gives you the sneak attack. You know what I'm saying? Said he was in a 2-year tour in Iraq and 3 years in Ukraine. That's quite an accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? I'm an Air Force veteran. He's a Navy veteran. I come from a family of people that have served in the military, and to have believed in that we're fighting for something, you know, bigger than ourselves, and as a team is a great honor. I was in the Air Force. Just knowing the way I look at it, I was part of one of the greatest, if not the greatest fighting force that has ever blessed this planet Earth. I was a part of that at one time. So anytime I see something that happens with veterans, whether they have PTSD or anything happens to them where they got to fight for their life after they put their life on the line to defend this country, I have a big problem with that. They took his wallet, attacked the man from behind. In some of the pictures that they blurred out, part of his scalp was up and hanging off. 100 stitches. You know how big of a wound that is? And he had 100+ stitches. Look at his face. Look at it. You know how he got those marks? That's a heavy set dude. When he got hit from behind or wherever they hit him, when they snuck him like the cowards that they were, he went out cold and he fell, and the brunt of his weight falling forward with all of that inertia and all of that pressure, his whole body weight went on his face, and he ground his face into the concrete. I know he must feel terrible, but I give him respect. He's standing up for himself. He ain't crying, woe is me. He ain't saying no crazy stuff. He understands, but he also said this is my home. I don't want to live nowhere else. I like this neighborhood. But it's a damn shame that coming out your house, you can fall victim to violence at any given time. And it's true, it shouldn't have to be like that, but it is. Nowadays, you can't even go pick a house because you hear stories of the neighborhood being nice. Now the bullshit coming into your neighborhoods. I guarantee you the people that hurt him wasn't even from there. See, they said young people had these flash parties. All of a sudden, just like back in the day, you could have a house party and only your close friends and people on your street that you're familiar with, the party's really for them. Next thing you know, you look up, it's a bunch of people in the house that you don't even know. A lot of them dangerous. Such is the case with this. They had a children's park. Now, I don't know if alcohol is involved, but he looked like an easy target walking with that dog, and somebody chose to mess with him. And they did it in such a cowardly way. You attack this man from the side, split his head open. You know he hit his head hard on the ground and still went through his pockets. Disrespectful, no regard for life, no accountability. It was more than one person, all thinking the same way. Destructive in nature. That man could have died. I just did a story, a couple of weeks ago about somebody in Philadelphia, shout out to Philly, that was sitting in his car. Here comes some clowns on a dirt bike, jump off the car, grab the man, pull him out the car. He fall, hit his head down, and went to the hospital. Because they wanted his car. Then took his car, drove over the damn bridge, and then let it off. Because I guess they needed a ride. Stupid stuff. A lot of people talk about gun control. Guns weren't used in this, or if they were, he never seen it coming. But I mean, maybe if everybody had arms, or they had some type of mandate where you catch a criminal doing some crazy stuff, pulling a gun out in the street and all that stuff, anybody there can blast this dumbass. They'll stop this stuff. When you catch people doing something crazy. Guys, I seen something this morning that I'm gonna include it in my story time tonight on my live stream. It's funny, but it pissed me off at the same time. People are crazy, man, and they don't care what they do in public and who sees it. It's like right now there is no limit on what undisciplined people will do and what they show to the world. I mean, they committing random acts of violence that are so gruesome, and they don't look around to see if children are around, and sometimes they commit it on children themselves. There's stories of kids getting caught in the crossfire, somebody pulling the gun out, people arguing, they start shooting the gun all out in different places and randomly hitting children. Some stuff a sorry apology won't fix. I know he feels like crap. Luckily, them ladies showed compassion and took him home. Because I know he looked real bad. Because those, if you get a chance to see the unedited photos of him without that bandage on his head, he looked like the Walking Dead, man. That's a brutal attack on somebody that was honorable at one time in the military. It's bullshit. I'm Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. Leave me a comment, man. This is sickening. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. They still ain't caught who did it. That's another thing. These people do this stuff. Next time it's worse for somebody else because they're emboldened because they never got caught. And probably it was drinks involved. They probably so drunk they probably don't even remember. Damn shame. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Live stream is tonight at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Be there.